Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Saratoga Racecourse here on Saturday. It is July the 30th, 2016. I'm going to look at the stakes races. Before I get onto that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections. The races I'll be looking at are races 4, 7, 9, and 10. Races 4, 7, 9, and 10. Very good card from Saratoga. Like most days at Saratoga, you rarely get a bad card. But, one thing I do not like about the card is the stakes races aren't back to back to back. I hate when they, split them up. It's one of my personal pet peeves. I just really cannot stand it. But, still, it's a great card. But let's get on to it. Starting off with race number 4 today. It's the 24th running of the Amsterdam Stakes. Grade 2, purse $200,000. It's for 3-year-olds. We have a field of 8 horses. It's going to be down to a field of 7 because one of the horses, I think Ready Dancer, ran yesterday in the Curlin, so it's probably going to scratch out of this race. But we have a field of 8 horses traveling the distance of ground of 6.5 furlongs. And my top selection here will go to the 6 horse. Here, a bit of a price here. 8-1 Uncle Vinny, who scratched out yesterday's Curlin to run today. I'm going to go 6-1-7-2. 6-1-7-2 here in the Amsterdam. For 6, Uncle Vinny, 8-1. Irad Ortiz for top puncher out of Uncle Mo. Getting blinkers off today for the first time in quite a while since last start here at Saratoga, since last September. But last start at Monmouth, mile 16th in the Long Branch. This horse finished third by 6.25 lengths that day. He just didn't have a great trip. Mile 16th, I think it is a little bit too long for this horse. He should really do better with that, one-turn mile at Belmont. Here, the 6.5 furlongs. He's out of Uncle Mo. I really think Uncle Mo is a miler. Is definitely not a mile and a quarter, even though Nyquist did win the Derby, who's out of Uncle Mo. But personally, I just never saw Uncle Mo getting that mile and a quarter distance. But start before last came out Monmouth on the stop and made the 30th mile 70 in the allowance race, 47,000. Horse finished second by 4 lengths that day. Was rallying a little bit, had a bad start. I think this horse, if he didn't have the bad start, he should have won that day. And plus, it was the horse's first start up north. He had one start before that, April the 9th, at Tampa Bay Down, 7 furlongs in sophomore. Horse finished 7th by 19 lengths. Again, he just tired. First start of the year. He finished 5th in last year's Breeders' Futurity, and then ran twice here at Saratoga. Third in the Hopeful, behind Rouse. And this horse won to Stanford last July, via disqualification of Magna Light. I think the distance is perfect. He's coming back to the shorter distance, which really helped this one. Gets Ira Ortiz, who I believe is his leading rider. That doesn't suck at all. So I'm going to go with this one here. So to recap my bets for race number 4 from Saratoga, it's 24th running of the Amsterdam Stakes. Going to go to the 6 horse, Uncle Vinny. My cousin Vinny, but it's Uncle Vinny. Going to go 6-1-7-2. 6-1-7-2. So now let's get on to race number 7, the 7th race from Saratoga, is the 58th running of the Bowling Green Stakes. Grade 2, purse $250,000. It's for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have only a field of 5 horses traveling a mile and 3/8 on the inner turf course. It's very nice running here, and there's a horse I absolutely love. And I mean absolutely love. And that horse is the 2-horse Flinchier. I think he's one of the best horses in the world at the moment. I'm going to go 2-5-1 in the trifecta here. I would single if you're playing the pick 6 or pick 3 or pick 5, whatever they're having. I would single Flincher because he looks very hard to beat in the spots. So going to go 2-5-1 in the try. Number 2 Flincher at the 1-5 Morning My Favorite here for Javier Castellano, for Chad Brown, who trains this one, owned by Juddmont. Last start was his first start on Lasix. First start for Chad Brown in the Manhattan on Belmont Stakes Day. This horse won by 1 3/4 lengths at 70 cents to the dollar that day. This horse had a very nice run. He was a little bit wide, but it was just a very nice run. First start of the year. First start since last December 13th in Hong Kong, a mile and a half in a Hong Kong Vase. This horse finished second by 1.5 lengths that day behind Highland Rail, who's one of the better turf horses in the United Kingdom and Europe. Couldn't catch Highland Rail, who ran his heart out. And then this horse finished second behind Golden Horn in the Arc de Triomphe at Longchamp. This horse had a very nice second place finish, couldn't catch a Golden Horn, and then ran last summer here at Saratoga in the Sword Dancer, and this horse won by 2.5 lengths at even money, and it was a very good run. It was a bad start. These European horses aren't trained to really get the good break, because it's basically, in Europe, those mile and a half races are just breaking. It's basically just whoever wants to lead, go get it, and then the final 2.5 to 2 furlongs are the main portions of the race. That's where you really have to keep your emotion, your thing. But I think this horse should have a good run here. Personally, I think he's been facing so much. I personally believe the European horses are the better horses of the world. I think they have the best horses. I believe all the horses outside of America are better because they're basically not running with Lasix. And what they do, you see some of the performances in around the world of some of the horses who aren't running with Lasix, and they're incredible. And this horse was getting second, third against those horses. He comes to America, he's beating the horses like anything. He should have a very strong run here today. Personally, I don't see him losing at all. He ran actually at the Breeders' Cup turf here at Santa Anita in 2014 on a good turf course. Horse finished second by half lengths. Couldn't catch main sequence. Had a very good kick. But I think this horse, like I said, should have a very strong run here today. So to recap my bets for the 7th race from Saratoga, it's the 58th running of the Bowling Green. Going to go with the 2-horse Flincher, who's my best bet of the day. Going to go 2-5-1. 2-5-1 in race number 7. So now let's get on to race number 9. The 9th race from Saratoga is the 32nd running of the Alfred G. Vanderbilt Handicap. Grade 1 purse, $350,000. It's handicap for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 8 horses traveling 6 furlongs. Very nice 6-furlong sprint here. And my top selection will go to the 7-horse here at 12-1, Requite. Hopefully I said that right, quite. Gonna go 7-5-2-1. 7-5-2-1 here in the Vanderbilt. Number 7, Requite. 12-1, Javier Castellano for George Weaver. Last time out, ran at Gulfstream Park, 6 furlongs on June the 4th, and the Parrot Key Stakes. Horse won by 3.5 lengths. First start since last year's Vanderbilt here at Saratoga. On the lead all throughout. Very easy victory in the field of 5. Got a 100 buyer speed figure. It was just a very easy win. Start before that came at Saratoga and last year's Amsterdam. Excuse me, it wasn't the Vanderbilt, it was the Amsterdam Stakes. And this horse finished second by 2.25 lengths. The winner, Holy Boss, is running back into this race. This horse had the lead a little bit in the stretch, but got taken over by Holy Boss. I think this horse should have a better run here today, second off the layoff. He didn't face any. He won last time out facing nobody. He's in a very tough spot today, but I think he should run very well. He's had some very good races last year. He won another June the 7th Gulfstream Park overnight stakes last year. He won 2 races at Gulfstream Park last year. He ran over the surface twice. Or 3 times last year's Amsterdam. In the 2014 Hopeful, this horse finished 4th, and he broke his maiden over the surface in August 2014. I think this horse should have a strong run, so I'm going to go with this one here. So to recap my bets for race number 9, the Alfred G. Vanderbilt Handicap from Saratoga, from the spot. Going to go to the 7-horse. Requite, gonna go 7-5-2-1, 7-5-2-1. So now let's get on to today's featured 10th race. The 10th race is the 53rd running of the Jim Dandy. Grade 2 per $600,000. It's for 3-year-olds. We have a field of 6 horses, only 6 horses, traveling a mile and 1/8 here over the Saratoga Springs Oval, once around, mile and 1/8. And something, if I was put in charge of the stake schedule at Saratoga, I would personally get rid of that Curlin Stakes because it's almost the same conditions, just a purse difference basically, and it is a prep race for the Travers, and I would get rid of that so you can have a bigger field in the Jim Dandy. You only have 6 horses. Yesterday you had 9 horses in that, I believe 9 horses in that Curlin. So if they got rid of that, you would have a nice field size. But with that being said, it's still a very tough field in this Jim Dandy. And this horse I really like here, and that's a 5-horse Governor Malibu. I'm going to put him into a superfecta. I'm going to go 5-3-4-1. 5-3-4-1. I have Governor Malibu over Mohayman, who there hasn't been a lot of talk about him lately. So I think he should have a strong run also over Who's Destined, who finished second behind Creator, who's my 4th horse in my superfecta. But, in this, I would use maybe all 4 of them if you're playing the pick 4. I don't think I'm going to play the pick 4 tomorrow because, firstly, I'm going to save my money for Monmouth because I think the Monmouth card on Sunday has a lot of value to it. So, personally, I'm not going to be playing it. But if you want to use all 4 of them, because I think all 4 of them have a chance. Personally, I think the 6-horse and the 2-horse don't really have the best of chances. That's my personal view. But top selection, Governor Malibu, 9-2. Joe Rosario for Christophe Clement. Last time on the Belmont, this horse got, well, let me use a better word before I, have a mouth like a sailor. But this horse got really screwed last time out at Belmont in the Belmont Stakes. This horse finished fourth by 4 lengths. At the top of the stretch, Joel Rosario had two moves. Could have went to the rail, or he could have went to the outside. He chose to get the rail, and the horse who was leading at the moment came in, and that was basically it. That horse lost. If he went to the outside, he would have basically won and beat Creator. Creator actually got that hole. Governor Malibu should have went to, and he won. I think if this horse, that horse, I think Governor Malibu should have really won that Belmont Stakes, and if he did, I would have hit something. He was 17-1 also. He was a top selection that day. But then start before that came to Peter Pan at Belmont, mile and eighth on May the 14th. This horse finished second by 3/4 of the length. It was a very good run. Unified, the winner that day, is more towards a one-turn mile to a sprinter. I think he ran last time out after that in the Long Branch or something like that, down the Jersey Shore in a mile 16th race, maybe south to a mile, and Unified really did not do well. He proved he's a one-turn horse. So this horse had a very nice second place finish, and then this horse won Tessio, but via disqualification, this horse had to finish second because this horse came out in the stretch. I think this horse should have a strong run. He ran once here at Saratoga last summer. Going a mile, going 6 furlongs. His first career start, he finished second by 1.5 lengths. He was basically second best, couldn't catch the winner. But I think this horse is going to have a strong run here today. 9-2. Should really like the two turns also. So to recap my bets for racing for 10 from Saratoga, it's the 53rd running of the Jim Dandy Stakes, the prep race for the Travers coming up in about 4 weeks. Gonna go to the 5-horse Governor Malibu. Gonna go 5-3-4-1. 5-3-4-1. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.